Welcome back to This Side of 40. This is your girl Lou, and we are going to do the palette of the week today. I wanted to share with you guys last week's palette. I already did my face, and so that way I didn't put my highlight or my blush on, but I contoured and did my full face and my eyebrows, except that this was the palette we did last week. If you could tell, I got some good dips in this palette over the last week. It was so much fun to work with. Again, this is an LA Colors palette, and this is in Stylish. I really like this palette. It's very warm friendly, so if you're a girl who loves warm colors, yeah, $1, get it, it's worth it. You do have to, when you're using these palettes, build them up. Here goes the next palette we're going to use, and this one is in Stellar, and this is what it looks like on the outside. My sister Masha, I gave it to you guys. Sorry about this nail. I'm going to fix it after a little bit. However, this is the palette we're going to work with this week. As usual, per usual, I'm going to take a paper towel and wipe off the little film that they put on it, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I took that little, it's like a film they put on top of them or something. So I took that off, and so this is what she looks up all close. This one is like a mermaidy teal color, and that's what that looks like. And then this is a green, like a minty green, and then this one's a lime green. Green, if you don't remember, last year was like a palette I worked on all year, so love greens. Then they have this blue, and it's like a pretty shimmery blue. See that? And I think this year was their year of like the coppery bronzes. And then, as usual, they have two different kinds of golds in here. So this was like a rose gold, and this is like a true gold. So those are going to be fun to play with. And then I'll swatch the silver in all the neutral shades so you guys can see. And these are all matte shades. And remember I said I didn't have a black eyeshadow? Girl, there's a black eyeshadow in here. Why didn't I look for this? So there's this taupey brown. Not really a color I really would go for, but came in the palette, so I may work with it. Then there's a chocolate brown. And they love these bricks. Like, see that? It's like a bricky color. Then this black. Do you see that? Yes, that black. And then last and not least is the silver. And the silver doesn't have a whole lot of color payoff. I think that one would be really good as a topper, but just to wear alone, unless you put like a white eyeshadow base on, yeah, that wouldn't work. Now, I do suffer from creasing, and I did not set my eyelid concealer that I used. So there we go. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to start off with this Sephora brush. And I'm going to actually start off with this chocolatey brown. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this brown. And it's the brown right here. And this is a Sephora brush. I got this from my second oldest daughter. So I really like the Sephora brush and the Ulta brushes. I probably, no time soon, but basically I might be trying to get one of their sets, or just go buy particular brushes. And I can honestly say I am enjoying doing a palette of the week, because most of the time, like when I'm panning, I don't pull out anything but with the palette I'm working with. Okay, so my pan, that palette of this year is that Solitaire. So I'm going to take that Solitaire color and just sweep it up into my crease. I'm going to do a video after this. I've been seeing everybody do this video, and it's the Beauty Consumers tag. A couple of ladies from Fantastic Ladies have done it, and I'm definitely very so much so interested in doing it, so I'm gonna do it after I do this makeup look. But I wanted you guys to see what palette I was gonna use this week and the look I'm building. I don't have an idea, like when I start this video, and that's the reason why my videos be so long, of what I'm gonna do for a look. I just basically build on my look as I'm sitting here with you guys talking, and I believe I'm at 6 minutes so far, so I do apologize. But I wanted you guys to be able to see what palette I was using, see my old palette, and then actually be able to follow along better. And from what I was told by my sister, like the longer the video, sometimes it's easier to follow. Because usually I do it and I'm like in such a hurry and you can't really see how I'm doing it. In truth, it takes me about maybe 4 or 5 minutes to do an eyeshadow. My eyebrows take me forever. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this brick color, and that brick color is what I'm going to sweep over here. Into the front half of my crease area. Now, I love this little turquoisey color that I'm seeing in here, so I'm definitely going to use that. I'm going to use a bigger packing brush, and I'm going to actually put this turquoisey color in the middle of my lid, and then I'm going to put like probably that golden shade in front of it. All the little girls that come into the salon where I work always ask me, what color do you have on this time? Or I have other little girls who will say, oh, I love this color or that color. So I always try to build a look that the kids can see a whole bunch of different colors. This time I'm not going to have to dig into another palette. Last week, the look I had to end up digging into another palette to deepen up the crease. And this time I'm not, so that's going to be so much better for me. That's my goal, is not to have to use multiple palettes unless it's something for like something I'm panning. Okay. Now on that first inner third of my eye, I'm going to go in and I'm going to use a gold. Sorry I'm leaning over here and I'm probably not in focus, like in this thing really good, because all my clean brushes are on this side. I have my dirty brushes on this side, and basically today is the day that I clean my brushes. So this one is like a rose goldy color. And I just figured out this, like trying to do it this way, like putting my middle shade on my lid first and it all blends together better, probably about a month ago. And it's been working for me a lot more so. Then how I used to do it, I used to start with the first lid shade and then the next shade, and that was working. However, I don't feel like I was getting the color payoff that I wanted. Now, this is one of those kind of dome brushes. I'm going to go back into the brown and just put that right there on top of the outer part of where that green is. And I'm just going to take that Tilly shade and just pat them together. One more time, right here. And then pack them together. Now, last and not least, I'm going to go in with I'm trying to find a smaller blending brush. This brush I washed so many times that it's kind of like that. And I'm just going to go into that black right here. Just right here on the outer. Now I'm just going to keep the same brush that I did with the brown and just kind of blend out that black. I didn't add any more product to the brush. Then I'm going to go back in with that brick color and just go right in here. And I'm not adding anything more to my first shade, that orangier shade. And now my eyebrow highlight shade is from my Wizarding Project pan. And I just do that dead last because I want it to just pop just over so slightly. So that's how that eye look is looking. Give me a second, I'm going to put on my lashes and I'll be right back. Okay, so the inner corner highlight color I'm going to use is this bronzy shade that's in here. And if you're wondering, it's this shade right here. And I'm just going to use that as the inner corner highlight. If you've been with me for a while, you know I can't put anything on my lower lid. So that's gonna be that. And today's lip shade, I'm gonna go old school and use a black liner. With a kind of wine shade. Now I'm still using the same blush I've been using for my Wizarding Project pan. And if you don't watch me normally, you might want to watch the update on this. There goes that blush. And my highlighter this year is the one by Fenty. And I have been loving this one. And this is in Hustler Baby. Looks like this. Now, this one I don't have to do a lot to get it to work. Like, I can just barely. And I get a good color payoff from it. And this is our look. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the link below. If you haven't subscribed, why not? It's free. And I'll see you guys next time on This Side of 40.